name's Faltherax, and today I'm going to be covering a little bit of UI and gameplay of a new upcoming mobile game called Land of Valeria, being produced by Valeria Games. Now, I've been following this project for like a year and a half, so I'm going to give a little bit of insight about what's going on in the video. There's a couple things that haven't quite been confirmed yet, but I'm going to give a little bit of like a gamer's assumption, if you want to call it that, to a couple of the different aspects. So, one of the first things we're going to look at are the dungeons. So, like a lot of games, they have weekly or daily dungeons that you can access that will give you rewards based on the type of the dungeon. So, for this example, we have 5 dungeons that are each available at different times. We have, starting from the top, we have the rock, fire, grass, water, and lightning, which are the 5 basic elements that the game is starting with. And as you can see, the grass dungeon is currently open, and it gives you a time frame of how long it'll be open. And I'm assuming that the 3 green dots that you see below the time are how many accesses you have left into that dungeon. So usually some of them you only have one, some of them you'll have on different games a varying number. But my assumption is that this says is that there's going to be 3 accesses to each dungeon. So you can click on it and then it'll show you what the enemy uh, information is, like what kind of units, what levels, what stars, and then it'll show you like level rewards there at the bottom. I'm not 100% sure if that means it's like a range from like common, rare, epic, legendary, or what that is exactly. That would be my assumption. Back to the home page, and then this is going to be the different modes you can do. You'll have your basic story mode, like a lot of games have. One of the cool things about this game is that their story mode, they partnered with Voice Me, which is one of the biggest North American like webtoon developers, and their story mode will be kind of told through a webtoon, which is really cool. It's available right now on Voice Me. You can look it up, Land of Valeria. And then we're going to kind of go into each one. And so this is like the endless battle, which is you just fight as many waves as you can, see how many you can defeat, and then you'll get rewards based on that. You can see the ranking and everything from those tabs. Here is the ranked gameplay. So as you can see, this looks like a bronze rank. The 5 stars below it, I think, are going to be like each, that's going to be kind of like your LP, if you want to think of it that way. So each win you get will fill in a star until you fill that up all the way, and then you'll progress, or vice versa. If you lose, you'll lose a star. And then you can see the rank on the bottom left there, and then your rewards for your current rank on the bottom right with that chest. This is the tournament tab. So the game will be hosting a lot of different tournaments. Speaking of tournaments, we have a $50,000 beta tournament that's going to be coming up soon. We're hoping to hear the announcement on that here in the next couple weeks, and then I'll keep you guys updated on when that's going to be. And then we have the faction battles. So there's 2 factions within the game, which is Conqueror and Hero. The way the faction battles will work is you'll pick which faction essentially you're going to want to play for, and then you'll do maybe 1, 2, 3 battles. We haven't confirmed yet on how many you can do a day during the event, but each battle you do, say you're fighting as the conquerors, you'll fight a hero, and if you win, you'll win a point for the conquerors. But if you lose, then obviously you're giving your point uh, to the heroes. So at the end of the event, whichever team was able to win the most points, everybody that was in the winning team will get some sort of rewards. We haven't heard exactly what that's going to be yet, but it'll be definitely interesting to see how that pans out. Next, we're going to look at the marketplace. So the marketplace is a unique part of this game where in the top right there you'll see the gems, which is what you'll be using to purchase things from the marketplace, but it is a peer-to-peer marketplace. And the gems that you use within that marketplace are the same as gems in most other mobile games where you can just buy it with your credit card or with your Apple or Google Play, and you'll be buying it from other players, which is a very unique kind of a niche marketplace activity for mobile games. Now, this is the awakened area. In order to level up your Valerians, you have to have 3 of the same level Valerian. So for this example, we have a level 1 drill pod, and in order to make it a level 2 drill pod, you need to pay what it says here 25 gold, and you have to have 3 level 1 drill pods in order to awaken it. So it has a really unique deflationary aspect to its Valerians, so that way it keeps it interesting and also makes it a lot more difficult to level up things. So this is your team tab. When you go into a battle, you are going to have 5 Valerians on your team that you can pick from when you are about to face off with either in any kind of battle situation. So you'll have each Valerian will give you 2 moves. As you can see, we'll look at the bottom right one, Tridrillatops. He has a 3 cost move and a 7 cost move. So each Valerian has 2 moves that it will bring to the table that with obviously the higher the cost, the more damage it'll do. And just above that, the Valerians to the right, it'll show you your average energy cost for your team. So you'll approximately be spending 4 energy per move as you play. And then at the top left, you have 2 champion moves that you'll have, and on the opposite side of that are 2 weapon moves that you'll have. And you basically get to pre-make your team however you want it with whatever you have available. You can do it based off of typing where you have one of each type: fire, water, grass, electric, rock, or you can load up on a certain type if you feel like that's better. It all just is kind of finding that groove on how you want to play the game. So here they're just showing how they're arranging their team a little bit. And as you can see here, there's a lot of different leveled Valerians, a lot of different tiers. All Valerians only can get as high as 3-star, with the max level being 10. So once you get to level 4 is when you'll have your first evolution for most Valerian lines. And then 8 will be your third stage 3-star evolution. And then in order to get to level 10, that means you'll have to again combine 3-star level 8s to get to a level 9. So it's pretty it takes quite a while. So here they're choosing the chapter and level that they're going to be using for the story mode fight. You can look at the enemy information and it'll show you basically what you're going to pick or what they're going to have. So here is where you can still see. So since it's story mode, they only have 3, so you know what their team is going to be, what they're going to pick. But if this was like a PvP match, you would see 5 Valerians up there, and they would see your 5 Valerians, and now you have to pick your team based off of kind of a prediction of what you think they're going to play. So if you have like a very heavy fire team, and if they have any waters, they're obviously going to be wanting to pick one of the water Valerians because water is stronger against fire. So here's a little bit of the gameplay. This is very similar to Clash Royale, where you see you'll have cards in your hand, and at the bottom you have your energy cost increasing as the game goes on. I have this slowed down a little bit because the original video is pretty quick for the initial stuff. So the gameplay itself is a decent amount faster than this. But Each card will show you its cost in the top left there, and on the left-hand side of the screen, you see that bar. So each Valerian move kind of has like a speed stat to it where it will, as you can see, go faster or slower than others depending on that speed stat. So typically strong moves, like as you can see in hand, you have like two 6-cost moves. Those are going to be slower, but they're going to do a lot more damage. And there are certain cards like the heals and shields and special moves that your champion brings that will be like instantaneous. So you can use those at any time, and you can try to use it to predict. So like if you see somebody with a fire type move loading up, then you can be like, well, he might hit my grass type, so I should probably throw a heal, throw a shield on him to make sure that he's going to survive that. And this is basically essentially how the gameplay will go. You'll take turns just drag and dropping, targeting who you want your move to hit, and then you will either win or lose the game. And this is basically what the gameplay will look like. So if you guys have any questions, just feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section and I'll answer it as best as I can.
So
As more
as
information
more
comes
information,
out
blah blah blah
and
blah
more
blah blah
dates
blah
are
blah
given,
blah blah.
I will update you guys as much as possible. So thank you
So yeah,
for
that's
giving this
pretty much
video a look,
how the
and I hope you
gameplay
guys will
looks
check
for
out
now.
Land of Valeria.
As we get
Once
more
it comes out,
information,
I'll
thank you.
try to make some